Welcome here, welcome back. Oh, no, I don't like that. Oh, that was awful. I'm just going to keep this dim for now. As people know, and other people may not, I have not been well this past week, and I have to go filming today. I'm going to be the cinematographer and director for a script that I have written, that I've been trying to get made since last fall. And the actors are available today. And so I'm going to be wearing a mask out in public. That is what I learned from the pandemic. And uh, and I am, it's been a rough week. this this illness has just been this slowly creeping thing. Normally when I get a cold or a flu, I feel it coming on, and then the next day, yeah, by the end of the next day at least, I've been ill. Yeah, like it hits me, and I go, okay, I am sick. This has been. I noticed a little tickle in my throat, maybe a little iffiness in my sinuses, and I thought, oh, am I sick? Is it my allergies? Like it is spring. I'm allergic to cats, grass, dust, trees, mold. There's a lot of things. So I just go, maybe it's nothing. And then I will know by the end of tomorrow. And the end of the next day came, and I'm like going, am I sick? I still couldn't tell. I still had the same issues. They seemed like maybe they were a little bit more noticeable. But nothing that I could go, yep, I'm definitely sick. And the next day, the same thing. And every day was just a little bit worse. So it's been like 5 days now. And it's just really starting to hit me now. And I thought, oh, bad timing. I've got so much to do. And so that's where we're at. So I'm going to end up having a shower and getting ready. And then I will come back and we'll see if that makes me feel any better and getting ready to go. So that's where we're at. Okay, I am back. I've readjusted the camera a scoosh, and we are listening to some more Magic Forest music. And where was I? Yes. So I feel a little better after showering and somewhat shaving, minimally doing what I need to do. Today I think I'm going to put on some Hydrants Boost because maybe it'll make me feel better. Whatever this thing is that's going around, I hope everybody else gets to avoid it. It's not real intense. It's just long, slow, and really draining. It feels nice, but it's when you're not feeling well, even pleasant things aren't as pleasant as they would be otherwise. Okay. Now, I minimally want to do things today. I think I'm going to put in some Visine, but I will cut this out, I'm sure, because I look ridiculous when I'm putting in Visine. Some people can just poop, and I cannot. I have to sneak it in from the side. Oh, and there's my alarm. I'm sure I'm going to cut that out of here, too. I'm going to have a bit of a cigarette while I wait for the eye drops to take effect. Just for the heck of it, I'm going to put a little bit of extra under here. just going to let that sort of sit on there. Because I've always used a very sparing amount, and maybe if I put on like some extra, maybe extra will get absorbed. So I'm just testing to see whether that makes a difference, or whether that's just a waste of product by putting that on there. But since I'm waiting for my eyes to clear, might as well, you know, take a moment to see if that does anything. See if it does anything in real time. Does it absorb on its own? I don't know. Did I make it too tacky? I mean, it's not even tacky, it's slippery, it's wet. Moist. I wonder if a piece of jewelry will make me happy today. I've got a bunch of different jewelry. This is, I love my statement pieces, so this is, maybe that's a video I'm gonna have to make. I make jewelry, so this type of piece here, it takes a long time and is never worth the money you can sell them for, because you make this framework structure, which is really pretty simple, and then you embellish on top of it, which is also pretty simple, but it's very time consuming. And the type of beads that you use, that you choose, determine how expensive it is. So even doing it yourself would be very pricey. Sometimes prefab, mass-produced things are significantly cheaper, but then they're mass-produced, so there's a whole lot of things like them out there. If you do something yourself, even if they're like something else, they really are still one of a kind. Now, there's things that I don't make. Now, this was something I did repair, however. It was made, oh, darn it, things get caught together here. I'm so glad I can edit, because then I can take out these long things that pause. Now, this was, I was given two broken pieces, like two broken necklaces that were the same. So I took the two broken necklaces and fixed them and made one necklace out of it. And then I saved the other components for other things. And it is one of my absolute favorite statement pieces, because it's not real uniform, but it's still balanced, and I like everything about it. I don't know, did I show it well enough? Yeah, I like everything about this piece. It's got little bits of bling, chunky bits, metal, softer colors, little hint of pink. It's nice. It's a piece that I really like. Now this one I got thrifting. By the way, this is just the jewelry that I have here. This is not my jewelry collection by any stretch of the imagination. These are just the most immediate pieces at my hands here. Okay, that goes through there. Now this piece I got at a thrift store, and it's done with copper wiring in here. Well, copper colored wiring. If it was copper color, if it was actual copper wiring, it would be discolored by now. I've had it for so long, and it was already used when I got here. So like any of the tarnishing on it, that was on there when I got it at the thrift store. And I think it cost me about $7. And a lot of times you can't buy the beads that get used in some of these pieces. Some of them you can, but some of them you cannot buy the beads for the price that you get them in. I also found this piece here, which is, you know, was very inexpensive, and it's just plasticky beads. Thrift store. This also was thrift store. And it is a bunch of chain put together and then embellished with these beads here in this color scheme. And it is heavy. It's a very weighty piece, probably my heaviest piece. Huh. This one still has a price tag on it, so I paid $10 for this one because it's all metal and really interesting, and the clasp is different, and I really thought that was enjoyable as well. It's my kind of piece. I also have a drawer here that I can take that I also have pieces in. Now that drawer fits in a whole cabinet with a glass top that I particularly like. Now this is one of my most commonly worn pieces. I just really like this piece. It is very inexpensive. It is all just plastic. It's just a cheap plastic piece. But I really like the way it looks and it sits, and it's comfortable because it's not overly heavy. Now this is a bracelet I made that actually has 2 different colors of 2 different sizes of beads. And that's it. And the way I put it together, it ends up looking somewhat like denim, which was my goal. I was trying to make something that, kind of worked to reflect sort of a denim quality. And I like to put on buttons. A lot of my pieces, I use vintage buttons when I'm, trying to look for closures. Now here is another piece that I got at the thrift store that I particularly liked. It looks very sort of antique in a lot of ways, and the color scheme is nice. It's gold and yellow and goes with a lot of things. Now this is another thrift store item, and it's a very chunky piece that looks, it's very much like a collar, which I think is very cool, and maybe the one that I wear today. In fact, I think I'm going to set that aside. I think that's going to be what I choose to wear today. Unless something else just suddenly overtakes it and makes me feel more excited about it. Now, this is another piece that I particularly like because it's got some asymmetry going, but still is balanced. And here is, this is 2 pieces. This is what I actually wore. I had it on as a hat band because that's a bracelet that I made. And this was a necklace that I made for Tucker a long time ago, my dog. And he wore this. He wore that for quite a while. It's pretty sturdy. And I really was very happy with that. So I've now taken that on to wear. Now, this is something I made in memory of him because these are sort of his colors. These are very Tucker colors. I don't know. Is that focusing? There we go. Focusing. And it's got like this gold. It's got a gold clasp, and that's in his memory. I made that in his memory, and I do still have those beads, so whenever I need to make something that's special, I pull out those beads. Now, here's another thrift store piece. Again, it's very simple, very basic, and kind of chunky, very me. Thank you, everybody. This is kind of fun. This is actually perking up my spirits. Maybe I should have tried to do something like this earlier. Here is another thing I got because I went through a phase of daisies, and I thought this was a really neat piece that I got from the thrift store. One last piece in my drawer here. different flower motif, and it's sort of a grayish blue. But again, I really like these kind of pieces. They suit me. Little fine, delicate things don't look as good on me, and I'd rather wear nothing if it's going to be something really super fine. For me, it's meant to be a statement. Okay, I'm going to put these things back in the drawer. And if I'm not wearing, like if I'm not wearing hair, I do not like wearing earrings with hair. They often just get caught. But I will put in earrings if I'm wearing just a hat. So, you know, I don't know whether that is what I want to go with this. I don't think so. I don't think that's the look, but I definitely want this. I have plain sort of gold earrings in this hoop form. Some of my jewelry bits are a little fiddly, and I don't want to break them, so I try to just manipulate them very gently. So I end up having this gold hoop kind of earring. Now, I do wish that they sat like this and not out, but way back in the 80s when I had my ears done with the gun, they put them in and they go this way, whereas I'd rather them go from the front and go this way, and I knew nothing at the time. I wasn't a hairstylist then. And as a hairstylist, I really don't like, well, didn't like doing ear piercings. It's not something that hairstylists really do anymore. I mean, they can. It's foolish. I think it's much better to go to people who do a lot of piercings and that is their profession, because they know that in as detailed a form as I know hair. And what I don't know is ear piercing, other than, you know, you put a dot where you want it to be, put the gun there, pull the trigger. That's not a great deal of expertise, you know, cleaning the area beforehand and afterhand, and then, you know, like then you send them home with like a little care thing for them to keep it clean themselves, but it's, you know, out of your hands. And I'm not a big fan of using a gun to shove a thing through your ear. I think it's much better to have the hands-on approach, where it's just my personal opinion. I'm sure that there's good and bad points to both, but that is where I'm at on that subject matter anyway. Okay. Put that back in there too. And that one. Here I am thinking I put everything away. That's how I lose track of something. There. Good. Now, did that make any difference, putting on extra? Actually, it does feel a little fuller, but you know, it's still my skin and my wrinkles and my lines, so it doesn't give me a new face. Not that I expected it to, not that I even wanted it to, but I do want to put on, I'm gonna put on some eyeliner here. Mainly on the lash line. So that's the difference that makes, just putting that on versus my regular eye. I'm not doing a whole lot today because I don't feel like it. But I think this might make me feel better to start the day. I really want to get it in that lash line, if I can. And I guess I probably want some kind of eyebrow. Do I want a soft eyebrow? Of course I want a soft eyebrow. Oh, that's right. I have the taupe. I have the taupe. I'm trying really hard not to sniff into the camera as well, so I'll probably have to cut out a bunch of that. There we go. There's an eyebrow on. And I'm just going to go underneath that with this number 2 that I have in this little container. I'm not bothering with the white under there or the blue white. I am literally just putting this on. Why does that look like I missed a spot in there? That worked. I'll take it. And I'm going to use this liquidy, bronzy color that I have liked. And I think if I just take my little fluffy brush up in here, that is all I'm doing for that. Although I do like to have a little glitter. Subtle differences, but it makes a difference. And I don't think I really want to put on any, oh, do I want foundation or anything? I really don't think I want any. I just want to keep things simple. So that's it. It took me a long time to do practically nothing, so I hope everybody has a wonderful day. And until the next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.